Red lights are on the gantry, and the race gets underway then, and it's Taverner in that colourful car that makes a good stop. But as yesterday, Gordon McMillan in that BMW compact, very quick off the line. Rear-wheel drive car, and he does get into the lead of the race. Ben Larder just about going to get second place away, I think, as well, from Tate Taverner.
Paget got a bit of a wobble on. A coal tyre wobble on the outside of and the big lock up there from one of the BMWs.
That's Warren, isn't it? The championship contender.
Who's the two Suzukis.
Yeah,
of the Parkin twins.
Yeah, Ryan and Scott Parkin are driving the cars this weekend. It's the first time they've hit track. The cars were driven to the circuit on Friday, and that very much is going to be the ethos of the Swift Sport Challenge. Drive your car to the circuit, no testing. Very affordable, but it's three for the lead here as they come into Stowe, and Gordon McMillan down the straights has been eaten up by those more powerful cars from Class A, and it's Taverner, who was third, who swung back into the lead of the race ahead of Ben Larder now as they head down to Vale.
Yeah, absolutely superb, but Tate Taverner squeezed through, and he was good yesterday, and they jockey for position. They pogo through Vale with the rear wheels hopping on those front-wheel drive cars, and McMillan in the BMW now has Paget trying to dive up his right side in the second of those SK Motorsport Hondas. Lee Warren is fifth in the little Ford car, and then it's Matthew Morgan in that late model Honda, which is sort of broader and heavier than the EP3s that up ahead. Still they come through, wave after wave of car.
I see that Joshua Hilton again is in front of Paul Warren. Josh Hilton in 8th place in number 50, Paul Warren in 11th place in number 97. So those are the two protagonists for Class C. And here are these Swifts again having a great little battle on their own, sitting very respectable lap times as they were yesterday, and I think this has got the basis for something that's going to be really good over the next few seasons with 750 Motor Club. It was only announced on Thursday publicly that this was happening, and a lot of interest has been reported, calls and emails into the 750 Motor Club office from people who want to get involved with the Swift Sport Challenge. But for the moment, we've got a hot hatch race going on, and Taverner is only just holding on here from Ben Larder, who's curb hopping there at Vale, and Martin Paget, who's not had the setback that he had yesterday, is right with them as well.
Yeah, the Suzuki's moving down through Stowe with the SSC Suzuki Swift Challenge. Of course, there's a history of Suzuki's running in rallying as well, but this could be quite promising.
Leaders through to complete lap 2 then, and it's a 0.6 of a second lead for Tate Taverner over Mo Ben Larder in second, Martin Paget in third. Those are the three Class A cars. Then they've got the Class B car of leader Gordon McMillan in his BMW compact behind them, and then Lee Warren in another Class A car, and then it's more Class B cars, Matthew Morgan and Matthew Duffel. But there's not too much to choose between the two leaders at this point on the circuit.
Yeah, so Ben Larder must really tuck in tight behind leader Tate Taverner going down towards Stowe corner, so as not to be dropped off the back of that toe. But say 0.6 over the finish line. It wasn't that as they came onto the Hangar Straight, and there we've got that was Matthew Morgan going through. Matthew Duffel behind. So this is the midfield pack. Real variety of cars in there, even a Mini among them. And the Minis just nipped out of sight behind the blue car.
Quite a few Clios as well, which is good to see, and some drivers that are regulars in the Type R Trophy also having a run out this weekend in Class B.
A 10th chiselled back by Mo Ben Larder, who is almost like equidistant now, first to second, second to third, and Martin Paget trying to close in these twisty bits. Ben Larder making ground here towards Taverner, but hopped over the curb, and that's cost him momentum.
That lap, a 1:16.699 from Ben Larder, is 0.8 of a second faster than Tate Taverner went yesterday. It's cooler than it was for yesterday's race.
It is.
And it's within 0.12 of a second of Philip Wright's lap record, actually. So lap record is very much under threat, I would suggest, as the Swifts head on to a new lap as well. Does look very promising, that, and certainly for you're interested in racing those in a one-make series, then get in touch with the 750 Motor Club at 750mc.co.uk.
Polo there was leaping all over the place.
Well, the Polo was pogoing, wasn't it, over the curb?
Pogo, don't make that one yet.
So that Polo is heading towards us. That is the car of Warren Andrews, the black and white car, one of the Class C machines. Good number of Class C entrants this weekend. Actually, we're switching to a battle further up the order. This is headed by number 63, which is Edward Lynch in the Clio 197. Just behind him is the 26 car as well, which is that of Liam Pauling, who I don't think featured in yesterday's results, but the Class B leader is back in action today and taking the fight to Edward Lynch.
Yeah, he was good. Pauling, start of the season, was going very well, and that's set his campaign off nicely.
So yes, it's good that he's back today. He's got the Class C leader Joshua Hilton just behind him in that number 50 BMW Compact. Compacts have been successful for some time in that class. David Drinkwater having won several championships in a row in an example of that car, and they've been pretty evenly matched in terms of performance with the Saxos that used to dominate in stock hatch over the years, but it seems that these well-sorted compacts now are going pretty well. There's 18 Matthew Duffel just ahead of 226 Lee Rickard, as you can see from the livery on the side of his car. He is one of the regulars in the Type R Trophy, but those cars slotting in nicely into Class B this weekend.
Yeah, it's good that you can use cars in different grids as well, because another lock-up. And that is Matthew Duffel, isn't it, from Lee Rickard and Edward Lynch. And there's quite a lot of rake on that first car. The rear went all kind of light and locked up into Vale. Behind them, you've got the BMW trying to bridge the gap. But this is a nice little tussle for 7th place, Duffel against Rickard. Another lock-up from Rickard and the yellow car. Edward Lynch took his opportunity.
Now Liam
outside. He's under attack now from Pauling.
Yeah, and that's for position within class as well. It's for 1, 2, 3, 4th, 5th position within the class. But Liam Pauling clearly keen to get as far up the order as he can to maximise his championship points haul, having missed yesterday's race. I mean, there's 3 cars in front of him. He could try and pick those off in the remaining 7 minutes or so if he can, but I'm not necessarily sure that he's got the pace to do it.
And the grid for the last race then gets determined by what, Ian?
I knew you were going to ask me that, Marcus. I wasn't prepared for the answer. I'll check that out. But here it is, side by side now between those two, heading down to Vale and into Club Corner.
You see Rickard try to cut back now in the middle element of Club. He's got back alongside, he's got his nose just ahead as they go through that last apex, and out they go side by side over that, and that makes it 3 wide as Edward Lynch in the white Renault moves around. Pauling is lurking in the background waiting to pounce, but Edward Lynch there has managed to split the Hondas, and now Pauling has managed to go around the outside as well. Lynch sitting up the inside line, tight right-handed bend, and that takes Rickard by surprise, and it's all back to the scrap continues, albeit in different order, but Lynch has worked his way to the head of it.
Yep, good to see the 197 Clios and the Type R's pretty evenly matched as well. Grid for race 3 is set by the result of this one, so it's as simple as that. Out front, we've not seen them for a while. Tate Taverner leading still from Mo Ben Lada and Martin Paget, but they're going to go 2 or 3 wide into Stowe Corner this time, and it's Rickard trying to go around the outside of Lynch this time, but Pauling is getting up on the inside.
Great stuff.
Yeah, I think he's going to have made that work. Yes, he has. So Pauling does gain 1 place, and the 2 Clios now have wriggled ahead of the 2 Civics.
And there's another Clio trying to join in on the back of that group,
which is the number 52 car, which is Lewis Ellis.
The Polo has spun off.
It's gone round, I suppose. Polo. And the Swifts are about to go either side of it, so the Polo was the hole in the middle there, I suppose, as they make their way onto another lap with 5 minutes to go. It is still the white Clio, number 63 of Lynch, ahead of the 26 of Liam Pauling. And Pauling now up to 4th within that class, looking to at least get 3rd out of this. They're not going to catch Matthew Morgan, he's 14 seconds up the road, and then Gordon McMillan a few seconds ahead of that. But 3rd is a realistic option for Pauling here.
Ben Ladder's done the fastest lap of the race, but he's still 1.1 seconds behind Tate Taverner, we haven't seen for a while. But this is a great tussle. See the bonnet just sort of flapping on Pauling's car, and Rickard's come back down the inside of Pauling into Stowe. So the yellow car has dived through. The Honda is back into 8th place and dominating the centre of the circuit, meaning that Pauling's going to have to try to go round him. It's got a heavier car. There's one of the Swifts. That's number 1 Swift. These cars running 1 and 2 here, and Rickard with Pauling behind him, now chasing after Lynch in the white Renault, car number 63.
So 3 3/4 minutes left to go. Taverner now has extended his lead to 3 seconds. He was 2 seconds faster very nearly than Ben Larder on that last lap. So he's one out in front of Ben Larder, falling back into the clutches of Paget. So we might have to just switch to that. Oh, and that's a car that's not in this race, so we don't need to worry about that. But it is the 28 car Lee Warren there that we're watching going through. That's the Ford Cat. He is in 5th place, not that far behind Gordon McMillan.
Looks to be kind of batting above its weight, the Ford car, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very short wheelbase in comparison to many of the cars in the field.
Relatively agile, one would think. There's the 8-3 car, Paul Adams, with I think that was Craig Turner just behind him.
There's Pauling, who's back ahead of Rickard.
Down to the left-hand, a bit of a lock-up there from Lynch.
All you can do at that point is dive out of the brakes and try to get your steering back, which Edward Lynch did very nicely. Balanced on the edge of adhesion through there. Up over the timing line. 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, and for second place, Ben Larder and Paget, the two teammates effectively, now split by only 0.4 of a second. So we'll see if we can pick them up on the stream in a moment. That's for second place overall. There's the race leader. He's 3.2 seconds clear. He's into the traffic now, as you can see. There are the two SK Automotive cars that were side by side. Let's see if we can get them coming down into the Vale. They're absolutely together. It's Paget on the left-hand side of pitch on the outside line for the turn into Vale, and it's still therefore Ben Larder in the 105 car, just about holding on from 120. Martin Paget. They're going to start their penultimate lap now with 2 minutes of the race left to go, and they are now something like 4 seconds adrift of the race leader, Tate Taverner.
They're spending too much time battling each other, and you see the differences in those cars with that slot in the roof on Martin Paget's, the second of the two yellow cars with the slot in the roof, or somewhere to put a taxi sign. He dives down the inside, he's grabbed the place, and that's in the little twiddle. But he's going to lose it. He's going to lose it again if he's not careful, and he has lost it. Thinking there that the body shop man was beginning to get excited, but they didn't touch, and they go on to the hangar straight, heading down there with a minute or so to go. One more lap after this one.
Yep, so there is our race leader, Tate Taverner. He is checked out pretty much. They're lapping there the 197 car of Craig Turner, the red Clio, and it is still Ben Larder in second and Paget in third. Are they going to get as close as they did a lap ago? Not quite, I don't think, as they head into the Vale for the penultimate time. We've got less than a minute to go, so as Taverner is about to cross the line, he'll go on to his last lap.
Ben Larder kind of nobbled himself in the middle. He went a little bit deep and then had to sort of fight the car back to where he wanted it to be, and that has allowed Paget back onto the back bumper.
Yeah, so nose to tail as they go over the line to start their final lap. Level on points in Class C, by the way, coming into this race, we reckon, between Hilton and Warren. Hilton it is that will take the championship lead as things stand, because he's ahead of Paul Warren, but focusing on this battle for second on track here between Ben Larder and Paget. It was that part of the circuit where Paget was briefly ahead on the last lap, but he couldn't make it through this time.
Yeah, now it's the draft down the chute to Stowe. And you see one car there, but there is a second one tucked in behind. Then it's Martin Paget wondering, is he going to go one side or the other? He dives down the inside into Stowe, and he's got himself ahead. The SK Motorsport Arts Preparation team, and on the exit of the corner, it might be redone. It has been reached.
Yeah, just too wide.
Past. But here's Tate Taverner then. He's home and dry, bar one corner.
Yeah.
Oh, and up on two wheels there was Martin Paget over the inside curb at Vale.
But Taverner takes the checkered flag, and he wins then for the second time this weekend in the PBS Brakes Hot Hatch Championship. There was only 0.4 of a second between Ben Larder and Paget. Oh, and Lynch, right at the end of the race, pulls off the circuit from 7th position. So that's a misfortune for him. So Gordon McMillan is going to come across the line in 3rd place to win Class B, with the Ford car of Lee Warren only just behind him by about
Lynch
half a
hasn't
second.
made it back, Ian.
Yeah, no, he won't have done. So there's Matthew Morgan in the Civic, the more modern Civic, crossing the line in 6th place. And here are the Swifts, or at least one of the Swifts, coming across the line. That's the one car which is Scott Parkin. He is coming through to take the checkered flag at the end of that race. But further back, Liam Pauling did get to the front of that little scrap then with the demise of Lynch, so he has taken 3rd in the class, so that's good news as far as his championship is concerned. Yeah, after missing yesterday's race, back here today, he'll treat yesterday's race as a drop score, I would think. But there we can see Scott Parking having won the little Suzuki Swift battle against his twin brother, and looks like he's enjoyed it. We'll see him out again later on as well in Club Enduro as well, in something a little bit quicker. But been good to see that. Let's take a look at the results then of the first hot hatch race of the day, the second race of the weekend. It was number 22, Tate Taverner, that took the victory in a 12-lap race from number 105, Mo Ben Larder, by 5.03 seconds. Third was number 120, Martin Paget. In 4th place, number 20, Gordon McMillan, in the first of the BMWs. He was the Class B winner from 28, Lee Warren. Matthew Morgan took 6th. Liam Pauling took 7th. Those were 2nd and 3rd respectively in Class B as well. So 3 different types of car in the first 3 places for Class B. And Class C was won by Joshua Hilton from Paul Warren. There's the situation further down the order, and confirmation that Scott Parkin was the first of the 2 Suzuki Swift Sport cars home. 3 races still to come before the lunch break here at Silverstone today. Mighty Minis up next, then the Race Parts Historic 750 Formula Series and the Freaky Parts Sport Special Championship as well. Cars, as you can see, heading into the pit lane and down into Parc Fermé. So hopefully once again we'll hear very shortly from Kieran McGinley, and just waiting for him to be ready to receive our class winners. Hopefully we'll get to speak to this time from the 3 respective divisions. But before we hear from him, let's take a quick break. So we'll head down to Kieran McGinley very shortly indeed, just getting the cars into Parc Fermé, but let's have a short break. So unfortunately we're still not able to go to that break, but we're still waiting for Kieran McGinley down in Parc Fermé as well. We'll head down to him very shortly. Looking forward to hearing from drivers from the PBS Brakes Hot Hatch Championship. Of course, they've still got another race to come later on this afternoon as well.
So we're down here in the pit lane then, and I've managed to find our Class B winner in Gordon McMillan. Gordon, what a start. Talk us through that.
Well, you put a 328 engine in a rear-wheel drive BMW, and bam, it just goes, absolutely goes.
It was a brilliant start, launch off the line, and you managed to hold them off for a few corners there. What was it like trying to keep the Class A's behind?
Yeah, well, yesterday I just let them straight through because they're so much faster. But I thought today I'll see how many corners I can do. So I probably led for 4 corners, which is not bad for a Class B car. So that's good.
Not bad at all. It was just a brilliant thing to see, launch you off the line. I couldn't quite believe my eyes.
No, this car's always been good at starts, and I can be quite good at starts. And I knew if I got it hooked up right, I could get to the first corner first and give them something to think about for a minute or two. But obviously they were going to win. There's no way I was ever going to win the race, but it's good. Won Class B, which is great again.
Yeah, great stuff, Gordon. Congratulations on Class B, and we'll see you very soon, I'm sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gordon. Let's have a chat to our Class C winner in Josh Hilton just very quickly. Josh, congratulations, Class C winner. Talk us through your victory there.
Thank you very much. Just all about the start, really, getting off and making sure I stayed ahead of Paul.
Yeah, and how difficult was that, trying to keep him behind?
It was manageable. I mean, there was a couple of Class Bs that were a little bit slower than what I thought they should be, but it was managing the gap.
Yeah, great stuff. And obviously, great liveried car, by the way. How was it out there?
It's hot. Hot. Very hot.
Very hot indeed. We'll let you cool down after a bit, and congratulations on Class C victory.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and let's have a chat to Tate Taverner then. He's got the wreath around him, so he means business. Tate, congratulations on Class A victory, and overall, how was that out there? Because you seem to just pretty much get away from everybody.
Yeah, it was good. I struggled at the start, but once I got a gap between us, I just took it easy. Didn't want to take any risks. Yeah.
You had that red BMW absolutely launch off the line there. Gordon had a biggest smile on his face as he did it.
Yeah, he was quick yesterday too. I wasn't too worried on the straights. I knew we'd pass him, but I was worried about getting held up. She did a little bit, but ultimately I managed to get past, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously wreath around you is a pretty good feeling.
It is, yeah. Second time. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely, Tate. Congratulations on the victory. Well done indeed. And with that then, let's hand back to a commentary box for the next race.